Hi everybody, Sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhuluma ngama YouTubers kanye nama celebrities ethu ala eMzansi. Namhlanje you guys, I'm not really going to do a full review of interview ka Tall as more on Mdletshe's podcast and chill. I want to do it, but the triggers in that interview, I will have to go back and watch it, because it was so hard to watch it that first time that I watched it. And if I have to do the review, I will have to really watch it in details and think about every single thing that she says and they say, and for me to be able to give you a quality review, you guys. And I will probably do it at some point, but just not right now. It's still triggering for me to actually listen to that interview. But I do want to talk about one issue, you guys, that I feel like it's worth talking about, especially following his interview. Of course, you guys, when somebody comes out and says that they have been violated in a way that Lerato was saying that she had been violated by Tall as more, you're going to find basically three groups of people. You're going to find people that are going to believe the woman that is claiming to have been violated. You're going to find people that are going to not believe a woman or believe a man, and you're going to find people that are going to be in between and say, you know what, for me it's not making sense and I want to wait a little bit to make a decision, or I'll just wait for the court to decide, and whatever the court decides, that's what then that's what I'm gonna go with, And honestly, everybody is entitled to whatever, you guys, because we have all have had different experiences in life, and the experiences that we have had in our lives, make us think a certain way. Untsikimazo explained it so well in one interview. She said, because of what she has gone through in her life, she says, listen, you can blame me for this, but because of what I've gone through in my life, I am likely to believe a woman when a woman comes out and say, listen, I have been violated. And I do understand that there's always a possibility that a woman is lying, but I'm always going to believe her because of my experience of what I have gone through. And I do agree that when a woman now, when it's found out later on that a woman is lying, that now she can, I agree that the woman needs to be arrested and needs to be held accountable for what they've done. But initially, when they come out, because of my experience, I am always going to believe a woman. And I felt like she explained it so well. And I think a lot of the people might not really understand that for a woman, that because a lot of women have gone through abuse and they've gone through their own violations, they have experienced, some of them have experienced in even telling that this has happened to them and not being believed. And that group obviously is likely to believe and support a woman when they come out and say that they have been violated. And we have to recognize that there is nothing wrong with that, in saying, oh, I believe her. But when also information keep coming up, we have to be able to say, if you now feel that, you know what, I'm changing my mind, I feel like this story is not adding up, and I feel like maybe there are things that were not correct, or there were things that we should have thought about a little bit deeper. I feel like people should be allowed to do that. I feel like we are at a point now where people are even scared to say, you know what, I did believe Lerato when she came out with that story, because now they are scared because they are going to be lumped with the group of people that believe Lerato. Almost like now they're saying we must never ever believe a woman, which is not right, you guys. I do feel like, of course, like when a violation happens between two people, it is between two people. At the end of the day, those two people are the ones that know what happened in their relationship. But I do feel like people have a right to choose who they want to support in that situation. And I do not feel like people should be crucified for choosing to support a woman in that situation, because what if she was violated, rather than not supporting a person, just say, okay, she was violated, I'm not going to support her until the court decides. Imagine if every time a woman comes out and say that they have been violated, we say, we're not going to support her, we don't believe it, we're not going to support her until she has been violated. People have a right to say, listen, I choose to support this woman at this point. But even when you say you support a woman, even when you say you believe her, it doesn't mean that you were there. You were not there. You are saying you are trusting her words, and you are making a decision to believe a woman. And there really is no need now to go back and try and change the things that we said in the past when we had said that we believed Lerato. No, we believed her because that's what we chose. It's because of our life experiences, and it's because of where we are in life right now, that for us it was a choice to say, if a woman comes out and says that they've been violated, that it's likely for us, because of our experiences, to move towards the side of a woman. And now we don't need to go back now and change that we ever said that we believed her. If we believed her, it is okay that at the time that's what you chose as a woman to do, because you chose to support a woman. There can't be anything wrong in that. But if new information is coming out and you as a woman are feeling like, now I feel like this story is not making sense, instead of trying to go back and change what you had originally said or where you stood, you can just come out and say, listen, you guys, the information has come out and I feel like maybe there are things here that were not presented correctly, and I am now feeling like I might believe some of the things that now Ntando is saying. I feel like it's okay to do that, instead of trying to go back and say, no, I did not really say that. I wasn't really supportive of Lerato. This story is teaching us, all of us in South Africa, it's teaching us a lot. And if we are trying now to defend our previous words, our words from the past, now we're going to come out like we're not learning anything, instead of saying, oh wow, maybe next time I need to get a little bit more information on the issue before I take a stand on it. That's what we are supposed to learn, I think, you guys. Also, I have learned myself, because I think one thing that really for me was like bothersome about this case was the fact that there were reports that this was not the first case in court with Ntando. And I kept like thinking, even when he was doing the interview, I know, guys, he was making jokes the whole time. I did not laugh at a single joke. I was like, this sounds funny, but I did not laugh, because in my mind, I was thinking, he is still talking about rape. He is still talking about rape. And there is a woman sitting somewhere watching that show, trying to decide if they should come out and say that they have been violated. And they are imagining their perpetrator talking like that about their violation. Because at the end of the day, guys, we do not know what Ntando came and said. He came and told us what happened in court. What I wish happened was that a third person had come out and told us this is what happened in court. I wish that we were not told by Lerato. I wish we were not told by Ntando or his wife. I wish we were told by an independent person, maybe a journalist that was there in court, that can come out and say, guys, what Ntando says happened in court really happened. That is the only thing for me, because I feel like at the end of the day, he has negative feelings towards Lerato. What he went through is a lot. So what is making us believe everything that he is saying right now? What is making us believe everything? Because he's telling his side of what happened in court. It might have happened exactly like that, but I just wish, for me, I wish that a third person, an independent person, was telling that story, because he's so close to that situation for us to just believe him. Just like we're saying that we can't just believe Lerato, we also can't just believe Ntando. So I'm learning for myself that sometimes we just need to wait a little bit and get more information on the situation before we take a stand. I can have an opinion for right now, but to take that stand and say, listen, I stand with Lerato, I stand with Tall Esmo. Sometimes we need a little bit more information, because what if right now someone else, some report comes, and now maybe a written court papers come out and say this is what happens, and there is some things that are different between what Tall Esmo said and what is on the reports in court, because he didn't bring anything in writing, or I haven't seen it. So we have sometimes to wait a little bit and be like, oh, I'm leaning towards this side, or I'm leaning towards this side, but I do not know. Let's wait a little bit for more information. But guys, in cases of violation, we cannot expect that women are not going to believe women, and we cannot expect that women are not going to support women, and also I would rather not say anything than come out and say, when a woman has come out and said, I have been violated by this person, I would rather not say anything than come out here and say, I do not believe her. Because there is always a chance, even if it's a small one, that it happened. And I do not want to be that person that that actually was the one that said, I do not believe her, when it actually happened. I feel like we're going to miss out on so many lessons if we're going now defending, now he's right. And let's stand on the sidelines and just learn and just get more information and learn from this situation. And maybe the next one we will treat it differently. But I want to emphasize, there is nothing wrong with when a woman comes out and say that I've been violated. There's nothing wrong with women coming out and saying, I support, or I hear you, or I am on your side, because a lot of us women have gone through violations ourselves. A lot of us have been told and not believed, so we know how it feels like. So even though men might not understand why we take that stance a lot of the time, but as women, we should understand why certain women take that stance, because they have been through it. They know how it feels like. Let's not fight with each other to say, why are you believing? Believe what you believe. But the women that are deciding to believe, let them believe, because their life experiences have taught them that they should, because maybe there was a time when they were not believed. It is okay for all of us to be like, you know what, we are confused in this situation. I don't know who to believe anymore. You do not even have to take this side or that side, but allow people to feel the way that they need to feel. Do not go back and defend what you said at the time you felt that way. It is okay, you guys. I really hope that moving forward, I know for myself that when I hear of these cases, in my heart, in my mind, I'm going to react differently, and I'm going to probably seek more information. But I know that I'm going to avoid by all costs to ever come out here and say that I do not believe a woman. It's just my choice. But also I accept that other people choose different. And we have to be okay with that, because we were not there. And a lot of the times we are not there. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.